friends, thanks for joining me. I'm just getting my voice warmed up here. I'm getting through a sickness. I'm feeling better a little bit, I think, each day. I am not as congested as I was yesterday, so that's a win for me. But in this video, I know this is going to get posted the day before Valentine's Day, so I thought I would do kind of a Valentine's-y type of look. I've got nothing on my face but my skincare and my Lano lips. I cannot believe how crusty my lips are. Nothing tears up the lips like a cold, I gotta say. So I'm gonna prime with a little bit of a glowy primer. I'm gonna use my Rimmel Multitasker Better Than Filters stuff. This is in the shade 003 Light. It's their take on, you know, all those glowy primers. I do not need to buy another one of these ever. I do believe there are certain categories of makeup that I'm kind of getting done with, and one of them is the glowy primer. I'm just gonna use my Profusion buffing brush. Not that I don't like them or I don't enjoy the ones I own, but I'm just tired of seeing them come out, you know? That does look pretty. This is a very glowy one, by the way. More glowy than the Catrice. Frankly, I think it's more glowy than a L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, Maybelline Skin Perfector 4-in-1. Yes, she's very glowy, but if you go on top with some coverage, it can kind of balance out. It's sort of fun to see this combine with different things. That's what I've noticed. Looking livened up already. Then I'm gonna pair this with the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, which I do in 25 Light Neutral. I have not tried this combo before, but I think this might be really pretty. I really like the coverage on this e.l.f. and I've squeezed out what feels like a full pump or like a large pearl-sized amount, and I'll dab that around. And then let's see how much glow actually comes through as we blend this all in. I think we're gonna still look decently glowy. I do want to have kind of a rosy vibe, I think, with this look overall. I want the eye, lip, and cheek to all kind of fall in sync with one another. I'm liking the radiance level, actually, on this. I will end up, of course, powdering my skin somewhat, just for staying power's sake, but this is really pretty. I just had to blow my nose, so cue the concealer. I'm going to use this one. I love this concealer, the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer from Too Faced. I wear Cream Puff. Really great concealer, and also very good if you need to touch up. I don't know why it works so, like, uniquely well in that way, but it does. I need a lot of redness help around my nose today. It does say on the back, conceal, contour, highlight, retouch. Like, if you have to use some of this on top of makeup, it just kind of melts back into your skin. It does a really good job. I'm going to use my little duo brush here and spread that out, and you'll see the beautiful coverage. We're just spreading what was applied. You see how much surface area it actually takes up? Just a dot, you know, can go far. Spread, spread, spread. And then we'll use the other side to bop over it. Yes, that is the term, bop over it. Bop, 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 bop. See this? Ooh, smooth. I love doing concealer. Concealer might be one of my current favorite steps. It's highly satisfying. Pressing in. I'm super duper pleased with that coverage, and now I can really enjoy some of the glow that's coming through because I know I'm covered and really even up on my under eye, around my nose, and just those certain areas, right? For setting, I'm going to use a little Wet n Wild Photo Focus. She always comes through, does a good job for us. Pat a little bit here on the under eye area. I aim for what feels like a somewhat generous amount, and the end look, it's always smoother, more flawless, better staying power. And then I can work with that excess. Everything's looking so smooth. And now, putting all these steps together, you can really tell, like, okay, what are you going to get if you combine that primer, the soft glam, some concealer and powder? You know, the level of glow you get is really, really nice. It definitely has been knocked back a bit since the start of the video, and I like this. Do I want to set more on my face? Maybe just a little more. I'm going to use just a little bit of my Superstay, the Hybrid Powder Foundation 128, just a little bit. And then buff that around the other parts of your face. Because, you know, Valentine's Day, maybe it's a date night, maybe something fun's happening. You don't want to have to be thinking about your makeup needing to be touched up. Just get a really good staying power look from the get-go. For bronzer, I'm just going to use a powder bronzer today. This is my e.l.f. Primer Infused Matte Bronzer. The shade is called Fresh Tan. And I'm going to take this around and give our skin a little extra life up around the hairline. This is very pigmented. But something great about the Primer Infused line is they have really good staying power. The blushes, bronzer, something in this formula is able to adhere really well. So you don't tend to see a lot of fading with this stuff. I'm just kind of contouring slash blending it all down. And then for blush, basically the color vibe with this look is going to be kind of rosy mauve. This was the eye palette I picked out to use. It's the Blooming Bliss from Catrice. So you see what kind of color scheme we got. And I thought this blush duo might just fall into that. It's the one called Peach Passion, and it's your cream and powder. So we're going to do the cream first. I really like these little duos. So I'm just taking my Sephora 56, going straight into the product. Cream is right there. And we'll get that pretty soft pinky flush. I like that tone a lot. These are such a little gem though. They have some really fun, brighter colors too. But this is kind of my pick for everyday, just works for anything color. But I think it's going to especially work for this look because it's going to tie into the eye, and we'll do a lip that follows suit. So there's our cream step, looking so good. And then I'll just grab my e.l.f. blush brush and we'll go into our coordinating powder shade. You don't need a lot, it's pretty pigmented. And we'll just blend over the top here. And not only does this matte powder blush add a little intensity, but it also makes the skin look even more perfected where it gets applied. It's Valentine's Day. Let's celebrate the blush, okay? For a highlighter, I'm going to go to this one from Rare Beauty. The shade is called Enlighten. It's very, very pearly, very brightening. Just go into it gently with the Real Techniques setting brush. And get a little bit of that on either side. Dust off excess. I know it's a lot right now. And then blend. And buff that into my skin. Oh, that looks really pretty. It's making the skin look really radiant. But yet this is just a powder formula. Oh, love. Anything else still on the brush, it can come up here. I am so in love with the way the skin looks. Taking a major mental note on the combo of products, particularly that primer and foundation combo, and then I'm loving this blush and highlighter combo together too. I'm gonna breeze through the brows, maybe blow my nose, and come back and do eyes. Alrighty, brows are done. Today, the stuff I used was the Sephora retractable brow pencil. So that's just Sephora brand. It says it's waterproof. The shade is medium brown, just a little skinny pencil, and then NYX Control Freak brow gel on top. I used Milani eyeshadow primer, and now we're gonna use our little Blooming Bliss. This isn't brand new. I believe I have used it before in a video, but I'm gonna go over to this really light but still seeming like it's maybe heading toward a mid-tone shade. It's Hibiscus. I'm just going to get a little bit of that going in my crease, sort of like a little base color. And that may be a good shade just for blending on the outside too. It's building just a little color there in my crease. On top of that, I think I'll take some of this dark rose. It does seem pretty rich, but I'm going to just dip into it with my crease brush and gently start bringing that in from the outside. Starting to get a nice little rosy crease going. I love a monochromatic vibe, you know? I really think it's flattering when the eye, lip, and cheek just beautifully coordinate. Hi, honey. Hi, angel. Soft and smooth. I'm loving. So see, even though that shade looked pretty dark, we're applying it lightly, we're shearing it out, and we're making it work for us kind of as just a sort of starting it out crease color. Then I'm thinking, how about some of that shade actually popped on outer lid? As you can see, there's some nice pigment going on here, but I really like that color. It wasn't my intention to get too like dark and burgundy with it today, but I don't think that's what it's going to become. And then I'm going to do something a little different. See how this violet shade, like, I don't know, it might be on the same spectrum, like depth-wise with the dark rose, but it's just different in tone. It's got more pink in it, a little more purple. I'm going to dip into that with my small pointed brush. and kind of use that as outer corner, blend it out, blend it up type of shade. I'm just swirling that. And it's not doing like a profound amount of color adjusting here, but it's just kind of softening. Wanna sit on my lap? Oh, she is gonna sit on my lap. Ooh, that is looking so dusty rose to me. And then I'm thinking just a little sheen on the inner lid. Jasmine, this one right down here, is looking very rose gold. I think I'm gonna take some of the speckled shade called Bloom, because I think that's probably gonna be perfect amount of like pinkiness, a little pinky shimmer. The shade called Peony, by the way, if that's kind of popping as you look at it, that one really goes there with the pink tone. So this is just a little softer here in Bloom, but it still has those speckles of shimmer that'll help it kind of pop from the other textures on the eye right now. So I believe this palette runs around $10, and you can get it on Amazon or Catrice's website. I kind of wish we were still finding Catrice on Ulta's website. And then I'm thinking, how about a little butterfly? This color for some brightening just right in the inner corner. I think that's helpful sometimes, especially with a rosy toned look. We want to keep the brightness going. We've been sick, we don't want too much redness. We want the softly rosy, delicate, and still bright. Another thing I would do in the name of keeping it bright is taking a light liner in the lower inner rim. I've been loving to use this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. The shade is Boundless Beige. Very good tone and pretty good staying power there too. I'm going to take my Milani Tank liquid liner. I'm going to keep this an above the eye focused look, and I'm going to take this across my upper lash line, maybe a little wing. I made that line a little thicker than I intended also. Oops. Making sure the wing is really lifting kind of straight out from the eye. And I really do feel like I can use this brown liner pen under pretty much any circumstance where I might want brown or black, because it's just that dark, you know? Get our little wing going. Not a huge wing, but it'll be one of those situations where it's going a bit more like the old Hollywood route, where we've just got the wing and we're not going to go smoking it out down beneath. Does this wing need to be thicker now? For mascara, I'm really wanting a look that's going to make the lashes look really fluffy and volumized, and for that I'm using my Essence I Love Extreme Volume Mascara. I feel like the color vibe of this look has kind of been like mature pink / dusty rose. You know, we're not really going bubblegum with it. Didn't do an intense red thing, but just a more like, I don't know, delicate, very feminine tones of pink. I love this mascara. It builds thickness well. Really does a good job on length too. I'm liking the look of this upper wing intensity, although I may do some mascara on the lower lash line too, just lightly. I got a little area to correct here. Still adding another coat or so. And bringing in a little Cali Ray, like I said, just right in here. I pulled out a lipstick that I haven't used in quite a bit here. This is from L'Oreal. I think this shade is called Les Nude Independent. This kind of tone, I think, is going to pull things together on the lips. This rosiness, and then I'm going to top it with a gloss. I feel like an absolutely perfect gloss that I've talked about a lot. I know a lot of you guys love it too. The Wet n Wild Cocoa Rose Lip Oil. Let's go over top with that. That's going to mauve this up just a bit more. Should make it about perfect. And that, my friends, is my Valentine's Day look with a little monochromatic rose going on. And I would say one of the highlights of this look for me is really the complexion. I'm loving the way that glow is coming across on my skin, especially like having been sick. I'm going through it, and it's just nice to see my skin with some radiance. But yeah, thank you guys so much for taking time to watch. Thank you for supporting my channel, and I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day. And don't forget that even if you don't have some big occasion on Valentine's Day, even if it's not a night out or anything fancy, you can still have fun doing your makeup just for you. So thanks again, guys. I love you. Bye.